Well, hello, hello, hello. I've been planning this video for some time. It's now April the 3rd. It would have been my dad's birthday. He passed when I was 11 years old, and April 3rd. And here we are all together in the most unusual times the planet has ever seen. It's a remarkable time in the history of mankind. We've been going through some fascinating times in this last little while. The great cleanup is now underway, and it's exciting to see. Let me give you a perspective of what I've been saying. Just recently, it's not that long ago, some of the pedophiles who've been involved in the child sex slave, there's a number of them have been arrested and put away, and there's more of that to come. The cleanup is taking place like crazy. Behind the scenes right now, the cleanup is happening. I made a graphic a few days back, about pulling weeds. Gaia gives us everything that we need and a whole lot more. All we have to do is plant the seeds, nurture them, and pull the weeds. And that means pulling the weeds of corruption. That means we can now start to put together the most unusual and the most beautiful systems that the planet has ever seen. Technologies that are coming are fantastic, fantastic. Behind the scenes, they're working on magnetic motors driven by magnetism, that are going to be able to power generating plants. We'll have generating plants in our backyard that power our house. Yeah, that's exciting. We'll be able to get rid of the grid. We'll be able to get rid of the grid. And imagine that, a magnetic motor in your trunk of your car, always running. And for us in the north, that's exciting because it'll be running, keeping the heater going, and we'll be able to get into a warm car, and it won't be costing us anything to keep it running. There's other things that are in the works too. They're planning, and it's actually being developed right now, ways of taking the salt out of the oceans in real time. And that is going to make it possible for us to irrigate places that have never been growing things for years. We'll be able to irrigate some of the deserts. And if you go to YouTube and look, there's all kinds of videos where they're reclaiming the deserts now. It's already in process. We have so many good things that are happening. It's absolutely remarkable. And some extra things have been happening since the end of November. I know I've been on the awakening path, and I remember when I was a kid. I was 6 years old in grade 1. I remember having a conversation with a fellow schoolmate, Doug Kershaw, and we were talking about reincarnation. I've been on this path my whole life, and this is the time that all the old souls have been waiting for. We wonder what's going on with this pandemic that's global. Imagine that. The whole world is shut down. But behind the scenes, watch. The weeds are being pulled. The weeds are being pulled. It's exciting. It's exciting. The new Pope, Pope Francis, very few people know, but he has been asking for resignations for some of the other leaders in the organization throughout the world who have been part of or know of the pedophiles going on there. So even that's being cleaned up. These are the most remarkable times ever. The end of November, the nodes and nulls were all activated, and we have help from our star brothers and sisters. And that is evident right now. And since the end of November, it's been fascinating. I've been in touch with a number of light workers, and we've all said that the changes in our energy has been accelerating like crazy. And it ties back into the end of November, the nodes and nulls all being activated. We have help. We have help on the light. So, this morning, I made myself a coffee and I went down and I was sitting at the lake and at the edge of the lake, Lake Erie. I live on the north shore of Lake Erie. And I was sitting there enjoying the coffee and a balloon come whipping by and went out into the water. And I thought, I don't want to see balloons go out into the water, but I couldn't get out there fast enough to catch it. But there was a second one and it blew. And I wondered where it went, and all of a sudden the wind caught it and it put it into a tree. It was wedged between a tree and the rocks. And guess what? I have it here. And I've been saying that welcome to the changing planet. So you know what? I'm going to say this came by for a reason. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to a brand new Earth. So, all of us light workers, as we sit in our homes now, locked up, we can radiate the most beautiful peace and passion and compassion that we've ever experienced. We can radiate that out, and it will touch the hearts of all the people, because thoughts are things. EEG machines prove it. Thoughts are things. They put electrodes on our head and they can measure the thought patterns that are radiating from our being. And science doesn't know this, but the thoughts go out like ripples and they go out to the ends of the universe and more. So as we on this planet learn to have more compassion, when we learn to have and we create more compassion, and our hearts are radiating and our thoughts are radiating, that compassion, that love, that peace reaches out to the whole ends of the universe. So, happy birthday to a brand new world, and continue to keep smiling and know that right now times are in the most beautiful, beautiful place that the earth has ever seen. I've been on this track for a long time, like I said, even from as early as my childhood, remembering. My mother told me a story of I was playing in the kitchen floor with a little truck, and I was talking away, and she asked me who I was talking to. And I says, well, Jesus. You know what? We've all got connections to the most beautiful, loving energies and beings and masters. We all have those connections. Let us amplify that connection so we can hear the messages, so that we can radiate even more peace profound. A number of years ago, I wrote an article called ''𝓘𝓷𝓽𝓻𝓸𝓭𝓾𝓬𝓮 𝓨𝓸𝓷𝓭, and then I developed some talks from the moon. I call them the moon talks, and I used a green screen. I won't have to use the green screen anymore because the time for the full disclosure of the changes is now. But my moon talks were all talking about a compassionate monetary system, eliminating the problem of political leaders being controlled by money. The whole thing is being changed. I'm going to put a link in the comments below this video to link to my moon talks. Take a listen, because what's going to happen, so many people go left versus right, and what a pile of crap that is, because when we point over there, we have 3 fingers pointing back at us. So when I point at you, I got 3 fingers pointing back at me. It's up to you and me. All these changes are up to you and me. And you know what? The time is now. The excitement is now. This whole isolation thing is all about a reset. This is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm excited, and Happy birthday to a brand new world. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Let's be happy. Let's radiate this joy and energy. And like I said, below I'll put the link to my moon talks, and watch. The monetary system, so many people say we need to get back to a resource-based monetary system. I agree. The only resource worth monetizing is human potential. Yes, human potential. We are worth monetizing. We are. So sit back, take account for all the changes that you've been witnessing. The cleanup has been happening. The exposure. Light is shining in the darkest of places, exposing the corruption that's been there for centuries. It has to be exposed to be cleaned up. And it is being cleaned up. It's being cleaned up right now as we speak. Times are awesome. Times are absolutely awesome. So enjoy this reprieve from the norm, because a brand new world has been born. And we are part of it. So I say to you, I wish you peace profound, and put as much power to that as possible. Because power is necessary. Peace profound has the most amazing, amazing, amazing power. Take a deep breath. Feel the power of the peace envelop you. Feel every cell of your body tingle, every strand of your DNA activating, feeling the light, knowing that peace profound has incredible power. So, happy birthday to a brand new world. I love y'all. Namaste. Cheers.